Ever wish editing videos was like, I don't know, as easy as firing off a quick text? That maybe, just maybe, AI could like wave a magic wand and make your podcast perfect.
Right.
Well, get this. Today's deep dive, we are tackling Descript.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, judging by all this stuff you sent, website, features,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards,
I went all in.
it's looking like a dream come true for anyone creating content.
You know, it's really interesting how they're positioning themselves because it's not just, hey, another editing tool.
Right.
It's more like they're going for this whole ecosystem thing for content creation. And the way they're pushing how easy it is to use, like comparing it to, you know, your everyday docs or slides.
Right.
That's smart. You know, that resonates.
Totally. It's like they're saying, look, forget all that clunky software. You know, we've got you.
Exactly.
But what's really got me hooked is the AI stuff. Because we're not just talking basic drag and drop here. This is AI doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Think about it. Transcribing your audio instantly.
Oh, yeah.
Captions appearing like magic.
Yep.
Even, get this, helping you look at the camera when you totally forget you're supposed to be on camera.
Which we've all done.
Oh, all the time.
That's classic.
Yeah, but that's, I think, a big part of why Descript is getting so much buzz.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
think about how much time, you know, creators spend on just like the nitty-gritty.
Oh, yeah.
Cleaning up audio, transcribing interviews.
Yeah.
It's a huge time suck.
Huge.
And Descript's like, nope, we got that.
Right.
We're going to take care of all that boring stuff.
Right.
You focus on creating.
It's like having like an AI assistant working behind the scenes, right?
Exactly.
Just like making sure everything's, which makes me think about accessibility too.
Oh, for sure.
Because not everyone's working with a big budget.
Right.
Like fancy studios, teams of editors, but Descript's like, hey, you can still make high quality content.
Exactly. Yeah. Leveling the playing field.
Yes.
Democratizing it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just talk,
right?
They're not just saying this stuff. They're actually addressing like real pain points.
Exactly.
For creators.
Which is key.
Yeah. And speaking of which, they've got some really interesting features.
They do.
Like studio sound.
Okay.
To make your audio, you know, sparkle.
Nice. I like that.
And let's be real. We've all had those recordings where a little audio magic wouldn't hurt.
Oh, tell me about it. It's like every other recording.
Right.
And it's not even about fixing bad audio. Sometimes it's just taking it to that next level.
Yes.
That polished, professional sound.
Exactly.
Even if you're recording, you know, in your closet.
Right. Exactly. Which, let's be honest.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
And then there's filler word removal, which, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Who hasn't listened back to themselves and cringed at all the ums and ahs?
It's like, can I get a refund on those words? Right. But this AI swoops in, makes you sound like a pro.
It's like having a little editor following you around, just like cleaning up as you go.
Exactly.
And you know what else is cool?
What?
The green screen feature.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Without a green screen. Right.
You got it. Imagine all the fun, all the creative possibilities.
Right.
Without needing a dedicated studio setup.
Right. It's like, I feel like some of this stuff, it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. In a good way.
It is. It's like the future is here.
It's here.
Let's go.
It's like they thought of everything, you know?
Right.
It's not just about making you sound all fancy either. They've got this clips feature.
Oh, yeah, the clips thing.
It uses AI to like actually pinpoint those moments in your recordings that could go viral.
Wow.
Talk about next level content strategy.
All right. Wow,
that's
incredible.
It's like having, I don't know, an AI crystal ball.
Right.
That tells you exactly what people want to see.
See, that's what I think is so smart about Descript. They get it, you know?
Yeah.
They understand that creators today, they're looking for data.
Oh, absolutely.
Insights. They want to understand what works.
Right.
And Descript's not just giving you the tools, they're giving you the knowledge.
Yeah. It's like they're empowering you to actually use the tools effectively.
Exactly.
Which is huge. But it makes you wonder, though, like, who are they targeting with all of this?
Right.
Is it just for, you know, the big leagues, the pros, or...
That's the fascinating thing. They're not just talking to the established players, you know?
Yeah.
They're specifically calling out podcasters, YouTubers, social media creators, educators, businesses.
Wow, really? Businesses, too.
businesses, everyone.
So it's like a content creation for everyone type of thing.
Exactly. And it's not just a tagline, they're structuring their whole platform around it.
Okay.
Look at how they segment their offerings.
Okay.
Video content, podcasts, clips. It's like they're saying, no matter what you create, we've got you covered.
It's a smart strategy for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with just like the explosion of content we're seeing these days. It's like everybody and their grandma has a podcast now. But it makes you wonder, like, is this the future of content creation? Are we headed towards this world where AI is doing like all the technical stuff?
Yeah.
And we, the creators, we just come up with the ideas.
It's a big question. Yeah. And it's something that, people are debating across all sorts of creative industries.
Right.
And while it is exciting, right, to think about a world where technology just takes care of all those roadblocks.
Oh, absolutely. Like some of these features, it's like mind-blowing.
I know. It's like, what are we even doing here?
Right.
It's wild. But, I think it's important to also think about the broader implications of all of this.
So, like, beyond the wow factor, what are the bigger questions we should be asking about, tools like Descript and how they might change things?
Well, for one, the role of the creator.
Okay.
Right. If technology can handle the technical stuff, what skills do creators actually need to have?
That's a good question.
It's not just about knowing your way around software anymore.
Right.
It's about understanding how to use these AI tools strategically.
It's like a whole new set of skills.
Exactly.
Right.
And then there's the question of value.
Okay.
If it becomes even easier to create, how do we make sure that quality and originality don't disappear?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right. How do we even define human creativity when AI is becoming so good at what we do?
Because, like, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. And from a consumer standpoint, how do we even navigate all this content?
Right. Right. It's overwhelming.
How do we know what's good, what's authentic, what's original? These are all big questions.
Yeah.
And we need to be thinking about them.
It's kind of like we're standing on the edge of this whole new world,
Yeah. It's a lot to take in.
With AI being able to do so much. But then it's like, wait a minute, what about the human side of all of this?
Right, exactly. And that's why it's important to keep talking about it,
Totally.
As these tools become more powerful, we need to figure out how they fit into the bigger picture of what it means to be a creator.
100%.
Yeah.
And, speaking of the bigger picture, I kind of want to go back to something we were talking about earlier, that whole thing out of Descript, like democratizing content creation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because that's kind of a big deal, right?
It is.
Especially for, like, new creators just starting out who maybe get overwhelmed by the tech stuff.
Oh, totally. I mean, think about it. Like a few years ago, if you wanted to make videos or start a podcast, forget it. You needed tons of expensive equipment.
Oh, yeah. And software.
Right. And you had to spend hours learning how to use it all.
Hours and hours.
But Descript's changing all that. They're like, look, you don't need a Hollywood studio. You don't need to be a tech whiz. Just jump in and tell your story.
It's really cool. It's like, it's not about who has the fanciest gear anymore. It's about who has something to say.
Exactly.
Which I think is amazing.
And a game changer.
It really is.
Right.
Like, who knows what amazing content we're going to see now.
Right. The possibilities are endless.
It's kind of like we're on the verge of this, like, whole new era of storytelling,
Yeah.
Where tech is like this empowering thing.
Totally. It's about empowering voices.
Exactly.
Giving everyone a seat at the table.
Okay. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Descript, here's something to think about. If this tool can take care of the how of creating, what becomes even more important is the what.